What's up, YouTube? Meatball Saucy here for the first time, streaming live on YouTube. We've done this on the Facebook groups many a times, but here we are on YouTube. Don't expect a ton of viewers here. It's kind of late, and normally I would be playing some pinball with my wife, but she's got to work early in the morning, and so here I am sitting down to play with you guys. I think it will be kind of cool if we kind of go back to something I haven't done in a while. So I want to first start off, I think, with some of these stock tables. But I'm not going to pick my favorite table. Heck, I'm not even going to pick your favorite table. I'm going to let fate decide. So today, we're going to spin the wheel. That's right. You guys have seen these before. And we'll go ahead and pull up the at games included tables wheel here, and we'll go ahead and give this a spin, and we'll see where we're going to start playing tonight. And there it is, lights, camera, action. All right, good table. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in and play some lights, camera, action. Now, I'm not very good at this game, but I tell you what, there are some pretty impressive scores on the leaderboard for this game, and so those of you that are pretty good at it, that's awesome. One thing I do want to point out, I finally have got my back glass back on for these stock games. The switchboard has come in and it is installed, so here we go. Let's jump right into lights, camera, action. All right. Get it? Ah, too early, too early. No good, no good. So for those of you who don't know and haven't seen, you want to check out my slideshow video here on the channel, talking about how I've modified this machine. Oh, got him, yeah. Excellent. And one of the big notes that you can really feel going on is the upgrade that I've done to the exciter line, the stock haptic line that Ad Games provides. I've upgraded it, and it's now going directly into a stereo output amplifier and is wired into some Dayton exciters that I've got sitting basically right next to the same exciter set that I use for my PC. Surround sound feedback. Oh, jeez. Wow. Horrid. Alright. We may be spinning the wheel a lot sooner than I anticipated after this game. Oh. Come on, man. Come on, really? Well, you're going to note that even though these are not my best scores, I have recently done some factory resets and some wipes, so all of my scores are going to be first time scores and final scores here this evening. So yeah, let's go ahead and try one more time. A lot of people like this table. Like I said, I'm not very good at it. The depth of the bumper rails are, oh wow, way too slow. Jeez. Yeah, I end up doing that. Every time I try to trap them all on these Gottlieb tables, if the out rails are large, I always find a way to break them. Alright. Got him. some love with that draw action. No. Beautiful. All right, here we go. Didn't even make it in that time. That's kind of a bummer. Wow. Definitely no love on that one. All right. I think it's time to give the wheel another spin here and see what fate has for me in store again. So we'll go ahead and go back to the wheel again. Give that bad boy a spin. See what we got. Big shot, big shot. All right, well, not when I play a lot, but big shot it is. The wheel of included games. This one, as I recall, you got to kind of hit all the drop targets at the top of the table, and it's quite challenging. But if you get to it, you can have a pretty successful run with it. The other thing that's great about this is that you are definitely using, oh my goodness, well, a lot of tilt in this one to speed up and slow down the ball to help get your different shots if you can. Oh, phew. Got lucky there. Oh, gotta watch for that center drain. Gotta watch for that center drain. Come on, man. Let's make it happen. Good one. Alright, just need that 7. Come on. Oh, no. Damn it. Ah, so frustrating. Gets so close on one side and then just drains. Come on. Really? Well then. Gotten off to my classic start here for live streaming and playing epic games of pinball. Let me tell you that. That's for sure. Oh. Well. Win some, you lose some, I guess. But I'm definitely going to give that another shot, because I know I'm good at that. Let's try to have a run. That wasn't it, that's for sure. Bobby, what's up, man? Good to see ya. Playing a little bit of Pinball Night. Letting the wheel decide what games I'm playing. Oh, come on. Bad part about playing VPX as much as I do, it's kind of got a little bit of backwards nudge physics to what is coded into this game. So yeah, it definitely can be a challenge, but especially on these older EM tables where nudge is so critical. Oh yeah, come on, get it, get it. No! Oh man, bummer. Hey man, good to see you. It's great to see some people actually still up. I know it's pretty late on the East Coast, but it's relatively evening time here on the West Coast, so it's good to have you with me, hanging out. Oh, come on. Out rails are huge on this game. Oh, whoops. Maybe I should let the ball settle a little bit. Come on. Notice that's been doing that a little bit more often with recent firmware updates. Not sure why. Come on. Give me that full ride. Oh, goodbye. Alright. Well, like I said, everything's a high score on these tables that I reset for, but not really. Brad! What's up, man? How's it going? About ready to give the old table another spin here and see what fate has in store for us. Let's give that another shot. Give it another quick spin here and see what we're going to play next. There we go. Round and round it goes. Where it stops, we'll start to play. Oh, Mike's Garage Band. All right. Or is that Al's Garage Band? Al's Garage Band. That's right. Okay, that's the #1 title here. So that's actually the one I was playing earlier today. So yeah.
Introducing Al's Garage Band.
Let's see if I can actually make something happen since I've actually played this a little bit today, and there's some warm up to it, but we'll see.
Knock your skin.
Oh, it's opposite. He said it's really tough getting used to the physics when you're bumping and nudging, and they've got different physics programmed into these tables.
Don't put your
Come
bag
on.
down, kiddo.
Feedback! Feedback! Let's hit that side target. There we go. Let's try to do it. Oh. Not giving me any love on those side targets, though. Come on. Come on. Trying to get that multiplier up. Yeah, so like I said, when I've with having these exciters in here, it really changes the dynamic of the sound to the game. I can't really say that it's like surround sound feedback, but you know. Oh, sorry, man. You're right. My bad. Sorry about that. Sorry, Brad.
Pitching.
Feedback. Oh, come on. Apologies, guys. I didn't realize that I didn't switch back over to the stream page. Left you sitting there watching the old wheel. That must have been exciting. All right, one more time on Oscar Osborne. Let's see what we got on here. Really trying to get these side targets to get that multiplier up, man. It's a fairly tough shot, but I was making it fairly consistently earlier. Ooh, save. Nudge save. Oh, man. Oh. Couldn't decide which way to go. All right.
Don't put your day down, kiddo.
Feedback. That feedback scream is really, you suck.
Twisted.
Oh. All right, one more ball. Come on, let's make it happen.
New York.
Won't give me that center side target, no matter how many times I try here. There we go, that's one of them. Now you got one. Last one, come on, get it. Oh. Bummer.
Tour again.
Oh. Did I get the extra ball? I must have. Feedback! You suck! Record a song. Oh.
Don't put your day down, kiddo.
Oh, well.
I'm calling the police.
You should call the police. And you'll see, because I was playing it earlier, no high scores on that one, but that's what it is. Anybody want to see some arcade games? Brad, any difference in the exciters on the control deck? Quite honestly, Brad, the exciters within the control deck, I have heard that they're better, but I didn't even bother hooking them up. The control deck is sweet. It is fantastic and it's awesome. It works fantastic within the stock system. There's still a few bugs in OTG, but otherwise it's pretty good. But I can definitely take you over and show you off a little bit of. Assuming my CoinopsX here loads, I can show you what CoinopsX looks like in vert mode. I know this is some things you guys have probably already seen, but we can definitely jump in here and see what we've got. And since we're now going into a list of arcade games, guess what, guys? It's time for another wheel spin. Let's see which letter we're going to play tonight. Alright, we're going to go find some games that start with the letter F. If you like pinball, it is hard to like the one-up pinball. Attack from Mars, I don't necessarily think it's a bad game. It's just one of those games that takes a little bit of getting used to. Okay. I haven't played Frogger in a really long time. You're trying to sell yours on Facebook Marketplace. Really? Interesting. So here's one kind of little irritation that I'm not a big fan of with every single one of these. So, you've got this great big screen and the default with these bezels that all come with it. But for every single game in here, you've got to go in and set the game to fill. And it's irritating. I mean, it's not a big deal, but it would be nice if there was like a global setting to be able to set that. Oh, get off! And not have to set it up every single game for every single time. It would be really nice if At Games would throw in a global setting for that. Any Frogger fans out there? I never actually played a lot of this in the arcade. However, it was one of my favorite games on the 2600. So I did get an opportunity to play it quite a bit at home, just not so much in the arcade. Bringing the girl frog home. Yeah, alright. Alright. You feel like they skipped you, huh, Bobby? Oh. Went for the risky one and died. Based on the comments that At Games made about the wave system, my guess is that this kind of the order that you were selected to purchase your pin cab is going to be the same order that they're shipping those or sending those payment emails out to. At least it feels that way. So Let's do another F game. What else we got there? I don't have a lot of selections here. I honestly don't know this game, but I'm gonna give it a shot. It looks like it's halfway decent. The National Honors Day release seems random. And again, every single time. Just needs to be added. Somebody at Games needs to get on that and make sure that setting is a global setting that you can set for the emulators. Thanks, Brad. I was happy to get one too. But honestly, the piece that I was more excited with, it kind of all came at the same time. But I guess it's the Rachel board, but it's only the Rachel board to those of us that have been working on actually putting it together and getting the features and things like that ready for prime time release for everyone else. So for everyone else, it's just the input switchboard. And I know Beavis was kind of a thing for a while, but that was where my excitement was. So I was happy to get the control panel and be included with one of the first deliveries, but I don't know if you saw my excitement in my video when I received that switchboard, but man, I was ecstatic. Being able to have the back glasses back, which I haven't had since pretty much February. Being able to see those again was just exciting for me, and I'm really happy to have it. And I know that those of you that are into the PC OTG, when you get it, you're going to be just as excited, because it does add a whole lot of new dimensions to what you can do with the device, obviously. And we'll take a look at that here in a few minutes. We'll power up the PC and actually do it. Now, I don't know if you can hear the hitting that's happening coming out of those stock exciter lines. That is actually the feedback module that's playing the bass, so you can see it get real loud. And I actually have it on an external, so I can turn it down a little bit if it starts getting rattly or too much. So I do have that. Rewind is not doing exit. It actually, Rewind is working for exit on the ALP. It is not, you are correct, it is not working for exit on the ALU. Jeez, come on. This is actually kind of a fun game. I like it. It's not super different from a lot of the vertical scrollers, but like I said, on the 32-inch screen, you know, you've got a lot. At least it feels like you've got just a lot more room to maneuver, and you can get through the crap a little bit easier. So, you know, it's kind of fun. Oh. Just as I say, get through the crap, I got nuked, huh? Just, oh. Back to back. Awesome. So we'll get into OTG here in just a second, but you'll see. So now when we're back into Coinops, and again, I can use the flippers to skip letters. You'll see it jump over some letters here because I don't have games loaded within those letters, but you can use the nudge and flipper button to forward and back advance, and then the stick to move left and right within this. Yeah, I agree, Bobby. The vertical 32 inches is just, I mean, it really makes these games feel the way they're supposed to be played. It feels really good. But you'll see, I just hit the rewind button on the ALP, and I'm back out of Coinops. So it does work on the uh, on the version that is with the pinball. Not sure why there's such a disconnect between the two versions, but it's there. The other thing I did want to just mention, because I know that a couple people had asked this. Oh, dude, you had to do a reset? Suck. For me, that's not even an option. The way my control panel is modded, I can't even do a factory reset on the ALU. So I have honestly been a little bit tentative about upgrading the Legends Ultimate, just because I kind of saw some of the issues that were happening with Coinops, and I saw there's a workaround for it, but to me that's one of those things that's a little bit nerve wracking, even though I've got a PC inside of it. So I did just want to highlight this real quick. So when you guys, if you're looking for the cloud pinball games, they're kind of a little bit hidden, and not everybody knows where they're at. But if you come into the ArcadeNet menu and you navigate down onto the actual ArcadeNet games and hit the home menu, it brings up the context menu, and you can come over here and select your cloud pinball. That then brings up all of the cloud pinball activities here. I would show this off, however, it is just not the best experience, even with a hardline. It's one of those things where I'm a little bit too far away from one of their servers, and I can go for a couple games maybe sometimes. And really, this service I think could be really good if they just put some investment, and I guess you have to have a return on it. But if they were to invest in the servers, this could be really exciting. Especially because all of these tables, I have a full playlist in my VPX build to where I can play these locally on my PC. So, you guys ready for some OTG? Yeah, the problem, Brad, is that when they're on USB, they're not the system is not good enough to support actually playing them. So they do require PC to play. But like I said, if they could figure out a way to get that latency ready or latency improved, it would be so much better. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit my button here. And you'll notice this this is one of my favorite updates. Was that when this originally launched, every single time you had to come in here and change this, and they finally set these to default so that you can just go in and hit OK. And then underneath my control deck here, I'm going to go ahead and click a button, and you'll see the back glass will start to flash. And it's getting ready for OTG mode. And so now I'm also going to reach underneath my cab and hit the power button for my PC, and we'll give this a minute to boot up. I love it that you know a lot of the Brad O'Connell. I love it that you know a lot of why they do things. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things that it makes sense, but I also have the ability to ask the questions. And, you know, if there's a reason why, and it's a reasonable why, they share it. Congratulations. Getting those cab mode codes for FX3 is fantastic. It definitely changes the game when you're playing FX3 in cabinet mode, that's for sure. Especially on such a large screen. You know, and so that's why I don't think the Arcade 1-Up cabs are terrible. You know, they're 27-inch screen, but it's still it's a pretty decent experience overall being able to do that. So you'll see this is my pinup popper build. I've got quite a few different playlists. So I've actually got two versions of FX3. So I've got my online version, which has 99 games, and then I've got an offline version, which is because I don't actually have my PC hooked up to the internet all the time. I pretty much only hook it up to play in UAG's tournaments, and that's the only time I actually ever really even play my full 99 build. But otherwise, I have the 96 build, and this is based off of Coinops. And if you know where to find it, you can find it. Flash Drive X was a big mystery to all of us. The way it was rolled out was definitely confusing and weird. And until they started getting more into what they were actually releasing and the content, it seemed like such a weird add-on. Yeah, so the offline version does not run off of Steam. It's actually a build. But my online version does run off of Steam, and at the moment I don't have my USB network card attached, and so. But when I do, like I said, I can go in here and it's got the full. You can see 99 games, and every single game is fully supported with surround sound feedback. And when I launch them, in fact, I'm going to go back to the offline version here, and I'll show you. What FX3 looks like, because I do have full 4-screen support for FS3. And did I hear somebody really liked Attack from Mars? So you'll see this will pop up here, and it'll give me a warning about being offline and so forth, and I just cancel through it. And then the table loads, topper video loads, table loads, and we'll play. And I did this little demonstration. So as you know, I do have is offline better? Offline is not better, Brad. It's the exact same. There's no difference. The only difference is that I don't have to have my network cable plugged in and hanging off the side of this thing. I've got it right now just plugged into the back. But when I hook it up to the PC that's now inside the cabinet, it has to be through a USB that comes out, and so it doesn't look good. And so when I am not worried about playing, for my high score, my personal high score, or if I'm not worried about playing in a tournament, then they're identical. With the cab mode, how do I get the backlash to show on my second screen? It's a little bit of a process, but you get a screen coordinate tool, and you use the screen coordinate tool. Mike Caputo and I today, MCAP and I went through it, and he got his set up in, I think about 40 minutes or so. So it's not super complex, but it does take a little bit of tinkering to get it to go. I have 2 screens hooked up. Yeah, no, and like I said, feel free to hit me up on any of the Discords or Facebook or wherever, and let me know when you got some time, and I'd be happy to help walk you through it if you get stuck. But it's pretty simple. So like I said, I do now that my amplifiers are on the outside, one of the best parts about this is now I can play with the volume and change the volume. So I can just reach over here and turn up the volume on the main game sound. But what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to turn that down fairly low, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank up the surround sound feedback, so you can guys can get an idea of yeah, Brad, that's exactly where I started. I started with a PC only on a little card table. I've actually even got the picture of it where it's just a card table and 3 monitors, 1 laying flat and 2 stacked up, 1 on a bookshelf, and you can even see the bookshelf bracket where one of the monitors was actually installed when I had this set up on a card table. So yeah, that's the best way to start. But I'm going to show you what the surround sound feedback sounds like. So you can hear those bumpers hitting and what the flippers sound like, and I can feel them at this volume level. And again, it's fully surround sound feedback enabled within FX3. Zakaria is also enabled with surround sound feedback, and you'll hear, like I said, you can hear it all up in the top portion where those exciters are. The back exciters down here you can feel. It's an awesome feeling with SSF on the PC and installed here. No, they're not solenoids. These are all speakers. And so, like I said, I can take that now and actually turn down the volume. And I'm going to turn that surround sound feedback volume all the way down, and you can hear the difference. Oh, I want to turn down my other one too. So I've got it split between two separate ones, and so now you'll see no more sound on the flippers. There's some subtle sound that's coming from the back speakers because they're all independently controlled. The amplifiers are all different. So I've got 2 exciters on the front of the cab here. There's 2 exciters more in the back side. So there's one on each side, just south here of the back glass, one on each side, and that's one amplifier. The 2 up front are another amplifier, and then I've got a couple of bookshelf speakers and a floor sub that is the normal sound coming out of it. So I actually have got a total of 6 speakers and 1 sub. So I'm running 6.1 surround on this system. So now I'll go ahead and turn back up the middle so that you only hear the bumpers, but you won't hear the flippers. And so that's what I'm saying. When it comes to this surround sound, you can tweak this to your liking. You can have certain things hit really hard and other things be a little more quiet. But it's 100% customizable. You know, it's funny when I hear people talk about the physics in this game. When I play this in VPX, the physics are completely different. They're much more realistic. The bumpers and slingshots all actually change values. The big difference on this is that you can actually it's a little more consistent and predictable. So I find the FX3 is kind of a little on the cartoony side, but you know, it is what it is. I enjoy it. It's a fun game on all the FX3 tables, and that's why I've got them all. I wouldn't have bought them if I didn't enjoy them. But you can also see that surround sound feedback can play into your actual interface as well. So you can see here I'm going back and forth, and I've got my volume turned down. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn up the volume on the actual surround sound feedback so that you can hear when I switch, and you can actually start to feel it switch as you go through it. And then the center ones are controlled by the center. So if I wanted to skip through letters, I hit the nudge buttons, and that has a more of a thud sound, whereas the flipping through the actual with the flippers to just advance one is just a really nice one. I have a feeling at the flippers, obvious place. Yeah, no, and that's exactly the way that it's recommended to install those is to make sure that you've got those speakers, you know, resonating right next to where your buttons are, where you're pushing the buttons, so you can feel it as you push it. And assuming you've got your speakers configured properly, it has got some pretty exciting stuff going on. And so now I'll turn table volume. Now that I messed with all the volume settings, some of these are going to be off. The other big difference here with VPX and Future Pinball is that table volumes differ drastically, and that was one of my biggest problems, was not being able to go into and change the settings when I had everything inside. I wasn't able to actually change and adjust volume if something was too loud. I just have to live with it, and that was just not a fun thing. So you'll see here as we go through, my pinball build is a little bit different than everyone else. I have put custom videos in here. All of the tables for Zechariah through Steam are on here. Like I said, I'm going to skip through that, but you can see all the different playlists I've got. They've got all custom videos, all done up here. So now, without spinning the wheel, I'm actually going to go in here because I got a new table today that I'm really excited to show off. It's a pretty cool table. Anybody like Motorhead? No fans of Motorhead, huh? All right. Well, I'm a fan, so I'm going to play this table. This is pretty cool. I actually worked for about an hour to get this working. It was running, but it wasn't playing any music, and it was lame. It was modeled off of another table. They have a pinball lounge in Orlando. I've never been to Orlando. Yeah, Ace of Spades, buddy. It's on here. We'll hear it. If I can actually do well, we'll hear it. Excuse me. And you'll see I've got custom load screens and everything works with these. But like I said, you'll see, again, going through and one of the big projects that I've been really working on is to make sure that top display gets populated. That's awesome. Are you able to actually play those in the lounge? Color DMDs, yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing. Do you actually get to play them? That would be awesome if you could. I mean, I like history and I like museums, but I've got to if I'm going and I have an opportunity to see that stuff, I want to play it. Anyways, here we go. Motorhead. We are Motorhead and we play rock and roll. I love the grayscale on this table. It's so awesome. Well, like I said, you get to hear the songs if I don't suck. Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool that you get to play. Come on. Ugh. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like I said, I spent a good amount of time because the way I received this table from the download, all of the music was disabled. It didn't have any of the MP3s. I had to go into the code and re-enable all of the music sounds and music triggers, and then put in my own custom MP3s. Are you kidding me? Come on. Okay, I'm playing again because, that was horrid. And it's Motorhead. Yes, we do. Oh, it didn't trigger. You know what? I bet I didn't build a zero. I didn't build a zero out on this. Let me see what happens if I kill myself. Yeah, damn it. Okay. I guess I should have tested that again. But in any case, so like I said, I re-enabled it. There's a script that actually is designed to play 13 different tracks as you roll through it, and so if you keep playing different, it goes through. And what I didn't do is I only put 3 on there, and I didn't reset the counter or put in code to reset the counter. So I'll have to fix that. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, the Sterns by far are my favorite set of tables. Those things rock. I am, though, developing an appreciation for some of the Williams tables. The Bally Williams are slowly gaining favor with me, but I am definitely a Stern boy. Those are definitely my favorite tables. I enjoy the layouts. I enjoy the actual stories and the gameplay on them, which to me is what makes the table great. If it's wide open and you're just hitting the ball, and there's not a good story or target selection, it's not fun. Trying to actually do a little bit better so we can hear some of the song a little bit. As soon as I said it. Yeah, I got some spooky tables. You have a favorite one that you be interested to see? I looked away. Total Annihilation or the Alice Cooper one. Oh yeah, we could do some Total Annihilation. I'm up for that. Let's go ahead and jam out of there. Total Nuclear Annihilation. I also like, what is it, America's Most Haunted? I think that's what it's called. That's pretty good too. But let's do Total Nuclear Annihilation. How about if we go to the end of the alphabet instead of the beginning? We'll get there faster. There it is. All right. Total Nuclear Annihilation. Request from Brad. Yeah. Killer Penguins. What's going on with your ALP? What's going on? Hopefully you're not one of those guys that had the display blank out. I've seen a couple of reports of that. That's a little bit concerning. Yeah, this is a beautiful table. I really wish I could have gotten my camera going so you get a close up and actually see the view. Maybe for the next stream I'll have that up and running. But these three back blocks displays, when you're not getting this washed out camera look, are beautiful. So yeah, let's get started, shall we?
Welcome to the future.
Oh. All right, corner ramp. No love. Ooh. Yeah, no, the ball lighting, the effects, like I said, everything about this table and this putt pack are phenomenally good. The only table that I've even seen that kind of rivals this or comes close to it is that the new one that Terry Red's doing. What is it? Geez, I'm drawing a blank. Anybody recall what that one's called? It's the second version. It's totally drawing a blank on the name of that video, or the name of that table. It's like retro something or. Oh, Killer Penguin. Yep. Nope. Yes, you did. I know exactly what's wrong with yours. That sucks, dude. I'm sorry, because that I know you were making some really good progress on your system, and to have it taken out from you like that, man, that breaks my heart. It sucks. Yeah, this is a cool table. Anybody remember what that new table is that Terry Red is working on? It's the second in the series. Shoot, I wish I could remember the name of it, because man, if you haven't seen the video of that thing, it's got Tron and Pac-Man and all kinds of crazy stuff going on in that game. It's got mini games where you switch from a pinball to discs of Tron, and it's a beautiful game, and it's like retro something. Yeah, Rick and Morty is not one of my favorites. It's an okay table. But it's another one of those ones where it's got a lot of open table action and not a great target sequences. Oh, come on! I talk about target sequences and I can't even last 10 seconds in this game. Total nuclear annihilation. Okay, enough of total nuclear annihilation. I'm not doing well at that game. Let's see here. So I actually wanted to show off arcades and arcade switching. So I do have Coinops Diamonds 3 installed on this. Killer Penguin, yeah. There was so many times while I was waiting for the pre-orders to go live on the ALP and to actually purchase it that I was doing all types of research to see whether or not it made sense. But the reality is the cost and the price. It just made sense to convert this and spend it. But that doesn't mean that down the road I wouldn't do that. Elvira House of Mystery out on VPX. No, not that I've seen, Brad. The other two, Scared Stiff and Monsters, whatever, they're both available, but not the House of Mystery. This is the last event we went to before the pandemic. Yeah, no, it unfortunately, not every single table is here, but there are a lot of them. So like I said, when I go through the tables, I think I've got just over 600 VPX and just over 400 Future Pinball. Got 100 FX3 and 120 Vicaria tables all on here, and then all sorted out into playlists and things like that. But what I wanted to show you guys is, with a little bit of custom scripting, you can set up Pinup Popper to basically be a front-end launcher. And so you'll see that here I am in here. I've got my Coinops 3 selected. I'm going to go ahead and go in here, and it's got 3 different, within Diamonds 3, there's 3 different. I'm going to select the verts only, and we'll go ahead and launch that. What that does is it actually closes Pinup Popper, opens up Coinops Diamonds 3, and you'll see here in just a second once this opens up that I've got a fully custom 4-screen Coinops build, to where Coinops in its stock format does not support 4 screens. So this is something I did have to customize and build out so that I could have all of the content be displayed on all 4 screens, which I think it looks pretty cool. Some people would say it's a little over the top and busy, but man, I got 4 screens. I want stuff on it, so it's pretty fun. So I am going to show you the one issue that is a little bit frustrating with the control panel in OTG. And I know they're working on it, but it's still an issue, and it's really easy to see it in these shooters where you're constantly moving back and forth. 8 machines of the new Elvira and a crazy big wall poster of Elvira. Yeah, I think I would have been big on the crazy wall poster of Elvira. That's awesome. So I'm going to show this off and what's going on here with this. So you'll kind of, if you can kind of watch what I'm doing with the control stick here, it's really obvious. So what I want to do is push diagonal, and you can see it actually stops. If I do any rolling, the directions stop. And so I can move up, down, left, right, but I can't move diagonally. And that is because the controller is actually not reporting as an 8-way diagonal. So it doesn't see the up and the down, or up and the left, or up and the right, down and left, down and right, together as a diagonal movement. So obviously right now, when you're stuck playing arcade games, it actually makes it a lot easier to play 4-way, right? Yeah, it's like it's in a 4-way mode. So it does work with 4-way. However, even that has its problems, right? And so I'll exit out of that, and I'll show you something like Burger Time. I think is a good example of why this issue. It not only is it more of a where you at? There we go. Not only is it just, you know, a 4-way limitation, but when it actually has problems. Let me show you. It actually has problems maintaining that. So you'll see I'll go up, and then I'll push hard left, then I'll come hard right. And if I at any point roll, so you can see I'm pushing left right now, but I'm not moving. And so it requires me to stop pushing because I've rolled 2 inputs at the same time without going without a direct single only push. I have to let off and then press it again in order for me to change direction. So it's okay. Yeah, and again, so this issue only impacts OTG. So let me be clear, it's only on the PC. This thing plays flawlessly. If I were to play this exact same game on my UCE ROM, it plays without any problems whatsoever. This is only on OTG, and see, you can see I was pushing left but not moving left. So that's kind of the bugaboo with OTG in its current format today. Now you'll see I can hit my menu button, I'm exiting out of Coinops, and I'm right back into Pinup. So again, that is one of the benefits of being able to configure Pinup Popper. This is something you can't do with Pinball Emporium. While they do support arcade ROMs and launching of arcade ROMs, you're still always in that, what do you call it, retro FE front end, which is fine. It's just not my cup of tea. I prefer the popper and having a little more customization. But that's why I also, on my arcade, I prefer going with Launchbox instead of Coinops as well. So it's kind of a personal preference. They both work. They all work fine. It's just that's kind of how I've chosen to do those things. So this is my superheroes collection. I've got kind of a cool little music video on here that'll probably get me banned or copyright striked or something like that, but I don't really care. I don't do this for any money or anything else. I really don't care. If anybody subscribes, I just do this for fun and you know, hope you guys enjoy it. So I've been on for about an hour. I think I'm going to go grab myself a whiskey and 7 here and go catch a flick. I actually just got a copy of, what do you call it? Krull, the movie Krull. Super cheesy 80s movie, but you know, I love it. Yeah, Brad, I've had a huge, massive hyperspin build before I switched over to Launchbox. And I actually, even to this day, ended up converting when Hyperspin launched Android. I've got that same exact Hyperspin build that I had on my PC. I transferred it over into my NVIDIA Shields. So I've got 3 NVIDIA Shields in the house, the consoles, and hey, no problem, man. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It wasn't too boring. You know, I know sometimes watching people play games isn't all that exciting, but I definitely appreciate you guys stopping by and hanging out because, you know, like I said, my wife went to bed and it's kind of quiet, so I went for it. Thank you, Killer. Definitely appreciate you guys. Like I said, don't care if you subscribe or whatever, but hey, if you see me on or whatever, or somebody lets you know I'm on, feel free to swing by. Always like to chat with you guys and answer questions if I can. And again, if you guys have any issues, I am always available on the weekends, and I am very willing to help anybody through issues, or even just give you a quick tutorial on how to do something if you'd like. So, all right, guys, have a great night. Thank you, sir. Much appreciated. Have a great night, everybody. Tell your moms Happy Mother's Day, and you guys have a great rest of your weekend. Cheers.